Good morning, everybody. How are we doing today? Day after earnings, really solid earnings release. We are seeing a little bit of red in the pre-market, but that is to be kind of expected, especially after what we've seen in AMC's earnings previously. Like in the past, we see either a gap up the next day and then it gives those gains back. We consolidate, maybe go red for a couple of days. But here's the silver lining. Typically, we do see that uptrend start to come back. So we're really just waiting on AMC to pick a direction. I think market open right as 9:30 hits, we're going to see a lot of volatility because when we think about what happened in AMC's earnings, they were great. They were really solid. So I'm not worried at all. Apes aren't leaving. We know that. Like think about this: is a little 4.95% move to the downside in the pre-market the day after we went up 8% really going to change anything? In the dollar move, we were up $3.36 yesterday, and we're down $2.28 right now. We're still green over the last 24 hours. Still in the driver's seat. Everybody, how are we doing? Everybody feeling all right? Eric, SD, I guess this is what buy the rumor, sell the news looks like. Personally, I think it's because all that 2-day settlement stuff you were feeding me yesterday ruined my dreams. Hey, man, you gotta get the logistics down. If you want to buy your Lambo with your stock gains, you're gonna have to worry about these BS settlement times. But how's everybody doing? We feeling all right? I have two big things to talk about. I have a really, really solid video for you guys that is gonna be coming out right after, a little bit after the market closes today. I was like thinking about my whole January thesis. And there's some other stuff we need to talk about as well, but there were some things that just clicked and I was like, oh, these institutions, especially market makers, they have to be terrified of what we're seeing right now on the option chain. It's wild. Once we can get like that info out there, it's going to be fun. But we got antics in here. Let's do it. Yeah, and we have the Fed just saying wild, like, oh my God, we're gonna go wild. Please stop talking about earnings. No, why? It's right here. We just had earnings. Let's see. Let's do a quick Ortex update right before we get in. Let's do a quick refresh. Utilization 85.77. Estimated short interest 16.62, and we should be getting exchange reported short interest like very soon, right? Was it full? Yeah, this week or the beginning of next week, we should be getting the new exchange reported short interest numbers. So then we'll see all of Ortex's estimates start to update again. Max pain for this week. Let's see if it updated after yesterday. Yeah, it did. So max pain for this week now is sitting at 40. Now, what that would most likely suggest is that we saw a big influx of call volume yesterday. So then let's come over to Stonko Tracker and see it. Yeah. Oh, it was crazy. So remember, these numbers yesterday, we were saying that we weren't going to get these open interest numbers until today because open interest is going to accumulate throughout the day and then it'll get updated the next day. So these numbers right here, the out of the money calls were, I believe, in the 60,000 range. So it doubled. The amount of out of the money calls doubled throughout yesterday. So there was a lot of action on the options chain. And it did push the max pain a little bit higher. There was also some action on the put side as well. Fuzzy, I didn't get the box yet. I gotta look at that. I haven't gotten anything in my mailbox. I've been looking for it too. I don't know where it ended up. Can you send me the tracking stuff, Fuzzy? Because I looked at it and I was like, it's just not here. I can take a look at that again today though, but can you send me the tracking stuff again? Let's see. These banks are going to get margin call soon. They cannot keep it up much longer. Yeah, we've been over the price levels that I really think we could see a lot of pressure. And when we look at this chart right here, it's mid 50s. In my mind, it's mid 50s. The reason for that is like a lot of what I've seen is like mid to upper 40s, but we've seen it 1, two, three, almost four times, we've seen us kind of crack into the upper $40 range. We've crossed into the 50s once. But when we think about where the shorts probably added to their positions, it's right in this range or initiated new short positions. It's right in this range. So if we can get to that like lower 50 level and like be comfortable there, that's going to put a lot of pressure on those shorts. And they have to think to themselves, well, we just went from having a position that could have been pretty green to much less green or red with all the borrow fee rates and the margin requirements that they have to keep maintaining. So those levels are going to be very important. When could we see that? Who knows? We do typically see these little sell-offs after earnings, and then we start to rally up. Let's see. All right. I do have a little bit of a rant today. I have a big rant. We're going to talk about the Fed and how they're a bunch of babies. Also, yeah, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps get some more people in here. You guys are crushing it already, so thank you guys so much. But yeah, let's have a solid day. It's gonna be another crazy day. Any other stocks you guys want me to take a look at too, we can do that as well. So let's start to get into this Fed situation because it's stupid and there's a really good analogy for it. Okay. This right here, meme stocks like GameStop, AMC pose risks to financial stability. Okay, first of all, financial stability for who? Pretty sure in our minds, we're looking to become more financially stable. So it's not geared towards us. So who's it geared to? All of those big institutions that most likely took out over leveraged short bets. You know how you stop that? You don't take out these over leveraged short bets and try to manipulate these stocks. Here's the analogy for this. Say you're like in elementary school and there's somebody picking on you and they beat you up because you're the small kid. You can't really defend yourself. There's some bigger kids than you and you get beat up. Then what they don't know is that you have an older brother who's a lot bigger and stronger than everybody that doesn't like that very much. And they come in and now the little bully who was beating up on the little kid is like, "Oh no, we're screwed." That's the financial instability part. It's like, "Hey, how about you just don't beat up on the little kid?" That would be it would solve everything. Like, "Oh, now big brother is going to come in and basically rock your blank." This is the dumbest thing ever. You don't want to have risk to financial stability? Don't do that. It's that simple. Social media echo chamber can help fuel volatility. Okay, cool. But the market at the end of the day is going to decide what the prices are. If there's more buyers coming in than sellers, and the buyers are willing to buy at higher prices than the sellers are willing to sell at the current time, then the price is going to increase. That's how markets work. Like, this is just so stupid. And the thing is that if this actually does cause financial turmoil, here's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, "Oh, social media did this. Oh, retail investors, it's their fault." Okay, cool. After this happens and it all plays out, you can just, I've said this before, you'll have enough money to just go buy yourself some noise canceling headphones and just put your blinders on and live on your island somewhere or your nice new house in the middle of nowhere and just be like, "Yeah, they can do whatever they want. Whatever. I don't care what they have to say." And it's this kind of mentality that we've started to adopt where it's like, who cares what they think? Like people like Gasparino coming on and just being like, "Oh, no MOAS yet." It's like, obviously, dude. We all know that we have it. Like, it's like he's just sitting here just being like, "The sky is blue." It's like, yeah, dude. We all know this. Like this, yeah, the sky's blue. Relax. It's cool. We don't need you to tell us that. We all know. Retail is now the only reason these two companies still exist. Exactly. Would AMC have survived the pandemic without retail investors and gotten through 2021? Probably not. Probably not. When you think about it, They did not have enough cash. The fact that retail investors came in, the shorts had to cover some of their positions, that we slowly stair-stepped our way up, and they were able to do those offerings and raise more capital to do what they're doing now. Crypto, popcorn, expansion, that is the biggest thing. The fact here's one of the biggest numbers in the earnings call that I think people are overlooking. AMC closed 17 theaters, I think over this year, I think it was. Either way, but they opened 18 new ones. So they had a net increase of one theater. It doesn't sound like very much, but their strategy for doing that is brilliant. What they're doing is they're closing all of the underperforming theaters and opening theaters in high performing locations like those. I think it was the Grove. It's something Grove in LA. I think there's a couple of theaters over there. And those became like the 34th and the 17th or the fourth highest grossing theaters. So when you look at that number, a net increase of one, it's like, it doesn't sound too good. But all of those 18 new theaters are in higher performing locations where they're going to get more foot traffic, where they're going to sell more tickets and get more people into their theaters. Let's see. Can't hear the Fed when I'm off the grid. That's true, Dino Mike. At work busy, but wanted to show my face. Thank you, Darth. The Grove and Americana. That's what it was. Thank you. That's what it was. And then we have our this is probably our second least favorite company, Robinhood, having some severe issues. Robinhood says a hacker who tried to extort the company got access to data for 7 million customers. No social security or bank card numbers were accessed, the company said, but that's not good. Trading platform Robinhood said Monday that personal information for more than 7 million customers was accessed during a data breach on November 3rd. The company said in a news release that it didn't, whatever. An unauthorized third party socially engineered a customer support. That is a weird way to say it. So they socially engineered a customer support employee by phone. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like you're trying to make yourself sound cooler and more interesting on a resume. Really, what happened was somebody just lied to a customer support representative and they got the information. like, like, look at that. They socially engineered a customer support employee by phone. Like, it sounds like you're trying to lie on a resume. The attacker was able to get a list of email addresses for approximately 5 million people and full names for a separate group of 2 million people. For a smaller group of about 310 people, additional personal information, including names, date of birth, zip codes, was exposed. And for about 10 customers, more extensive account details were revealed. The company did not provide further information on what those extensive details were. Maybe if we just called Robinhood, we could socially engineer a customer support employee and ask what those extensive details were. Yeah, like it's just stupid. Yeah. So Robinhood having issues. Can't say I'm surprised, but not mad about it. AMC currently down 5.5. It's flickering a little bit. 5.5% in the pre-market, trading at 42.61. STV, thanks for adding value to the community. This is my first time on your channel, but always enjoy when you were on with TMI. Sorry for being a late subscriber. Kong, anytime, man. Thank you for coming by. I socially engineered a gullible employee to give me admin access. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that. Um, it's like I socially engineered. Like, just stop. What are you talking like that for? Because I'll just read that and make fun of you. The others, yeah. They think if they talk fancy, apes won't understand. Hey, shout out to Trade Spotting. We're stupid apes, but we're not that stupid. All right, everybody. Okay, so I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of why the market makers are like terrified right now. Oh, also, we have a payment for order flow ban coming in the EU. This has been in development for a while. Um, it's banned on one of the European markets, but not in full. But that is coming. So I want to show you guys this one thing, and then we'll save the rest of it for the video later. Oh, are they gonna give me prices? Yeah, no, it's too early. All right, we're gonna have to wait on that. They're not giving me options prices right now. It's too close to market open. I hate when they do that. We're basically waiting for mid-January for the option chain to take us to Lambo Town. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: we don't have to wait for it. It's just that in my mind, it's like that's the next like a big opportunity because all of the other like the June run up was a gamma squeeze. Like, that's what it was. When you think about what was happening, it's like we had that breakout and then we ran the options chain. That's what I'm calling it now. We just ran the chain. We went all the way through all of the strikes and we had a boatload of contracts in the money. There's a lot of things that play into this that I was like, I couldn't like, I was just like in bed and I would be like almost asleep. Then I would think of something and then write it down. And I was like, this is interesting. But I got to do a little bit more research on it today. But oh my God, my bot is back. Hi, bot. Bye, bot. All right. All right. Let's see. A little bit of selling volume right now, but guess what? They can't scare us. We're going to go down 5. Okay, cool. We're still at 42.39. We still have about $1 of wiggle room from what we opened at the previous day, like yesterday. Cool. Still green. You want to short it? Go for it. We've seen what happens with AMC. It can run at any time. You're going to keep shorting it and then you're going to have issues. That's when you know you made it. The bots come for you. I've never had a bot in the what do you call it? In the live chat. Oh, Darth, you're good, man. The chat's moving a little bit slower today, so I can see most of the stuff that's coming through. Screw them. Let them short it. Exactly, Eric. Exactly. They wanna mess around right now with this. Go for it. When you think about that financial stability article, they're just making it worse. They're literally making it worse for them, not for me. I don't care. This is the thing. I don't these short-term price fluctuations, yeah, it feels good to see your account go up a significant amount, but at the same time, if we went to like I'll keep saying this, if we went to 60, if we went to 70 today, it wouldn't change anything in my mind. A lot of people would get a lot more excited. We could see the start of the next FOMO rally and we could start to rip. And if you're playing options, you could make some money too. But at the same time, that's not like the price levels that people are looking for. So the fact that we're seeing us at what is it, 42.38 right now in the pre-market, it's like, okay, cool. Cost me nothing to hold. I've got all the time in the world. I was slacking. Darth, you're good. STV, I just called the number. It doesn't sound like you. Chill. That would be funny if I did like a video where I just like text all of the WhatsApp bot numbers and see what happens. Let's see. Any truth to the NFT dividend? Okay, so Adam Aaron did confirm that he's in talks with a third-party provider to issue their own crypto. Confirmed. Said it in the earnings call. So when is that coming? We don't know, but it's in the works. Now, when Adam Aaron says something's in the works, it's usually coming. Now, there's also the GameStop aspect of it, the GameStop partnership aspect of it. We don't really know what's going to happen with that or if it's even a productive use of their resources because we don't know the details of what that potential partnership could be. Also, getting a little bit of a bounce now in the pre-market, 42.58 now. A little bit of a boom boom candle there. SV, will AMC have IV crush today? Absolutely. Um, AMC. So here's why AMC will have IV crush. AMC's options chain was pricing in about 15.8% for their earnings move. Now that's a move to the upside and a move to the downside. That's a plus or minus move. What are we seeing the move right now? 5.6%. So when I think about those earning strategies that I tell you guys about, where I price in the earnings and I need to see it at 4.5% or below so I can buy contracts around double that expectation. In order to buy contracts like 2 standard deviations away, double that expectation, you would have need to buy contracts that were over 30% out of the money on AMC. Now, what are the odds of AMC moving over 30% out of the money on earnings? It's not high. And the IV is already stupid high. Like in terms of like relative to other stocks, AMC's implied volatility and the pricing on their options chain, very high, which also feeds into this situation with the options chain that I've been looking at, where it doesn't look like it should be possible for this to be happening again. And it's really cool that it is. AMC get liquid IV at the theaters. Oh, I do have my liquid IV today. Right now, I am drinking an energy drink though. Yeah, thanks for all you guys coming in on these morning streams. We're gonna do these every single day. So if you guys like them, make sure you guys are coming in and hanging out. Let's see. We got about 9 minutes till the market opens. AMC 42.40. Yeah, we also have Marco Hodes is gonna be doing something too. I'm not sure. No, I don't think anybody knows what it is. I saw. Okay, so he did like a Twitter Ask Me Anything yesterday, and somebody said something about like a Reddit post on like what he could potentially do, and he was like, "That's not far off." So I don't know. I gotta find that Reddit post. If anybody has it, that would be really cool. Can you please elaborate on the situation with the options chain? Yeah, I've gone into it a couple of times in the video, but in some of the videos and live streams, but January 2021 or January 21st, 2022 has this weird setup right now where there's a big amount of contracts that are out of the money, but there's already a boatload of contracts that are in the money. Remember in June, there were about 227,000 contracts in the money. I think that was the high that we saw it. So thinking about the prices of those options back then, much cheaper, much cheaper. And when you also look at the options chain here, the out of the money calls, every single week, there's at least 100,000 contracts that are expiring worthless. And that's just premium burn, 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 burn. They're just burnt. People are burning money on the options chain. So then most likely that's retail every single week. So retail would just be burning money. Now, retail has 2 options. They can buy shares or they can buy options. Now, a lot of people have been buying the dip and they've also been buying options, but retail doesn't have like an unlimited war chest of money. And when you think about these contracts out here, they're very, very expensive. There's also something also very interesting about where these contracts, these in the money contracts, are concentrated at. It's not at the money. It's deep in the money, which is interesting because you can exercise. Those you can exercise. Like like people are going to want to exercise those eventually. So I think there's some institutions at play here, and there's also a little calculation that I want to basically show people where the furthest out of the money call going into June 18th was the 40. Now they did up it to, I believe, 145 as we were getting closer. I forget exactly when they did it, but they did increase the options chain. That also plays into it. So let's say those contracts, I believe I saw them at 8 cents. So let's just say 10 bucks. A 10,000% gain would get that contract to $1,000 a contract. Now, could it have been more? Could it have been less? Yeah. What are the contracts trading at now for the furthest strike out of the money on AMC? Above $2. Okay. Now, there's other factors at play. There's higher implied volatility. Contracts are more expensive. So even if the percent gain on those options is a tenth of what we saw back in June, those contracts are going to be worth 2.5 times as much. That is enormous risk for market makers. Enormous. So now what do? They can buy to close those contracts, but they're booking the loss right away. It might cost them less money to do that, but they're booking a big loss. Or they can delta hedge. So there's a couple of other things that I gotta iron out, but this options chain right now, in my mind, once we got through June, I never expected to see this again. I just never expected to see it again. And the fact that we are is very, very bullish in my mind. So we're gonna go through that in the video later today. It's like and there's another aspect of it. It's not just AMC. We learned something very, 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 very important last week with BBBY. When BBBY started to rip, what happened? AMC, GameStop, and a couple of those other stocks rallied as well. So when we see these next big run-ups, most likely these stocks are all somehow kind of linked together some way. They're all going to start to run. They're not going to all run the same amount, but they're going to run. So if there's big risk and exposure on AMC's options chain, there's going to be big risk and exposure on GameStop's, Bed Bath & Beyond, BlackBerry, Nokia, all of these other stocks. So it's not just this. What happens to profits of your calls if your calls are deep in the money and you exercise? So infinite, that's a very good question. What happens is you're just going to be taking the intrinsic value of the option. So when you are looking at options right now in the options chain, there's options are built. The pricing is built out of intrinsic value versus the sorry, that was a poor explanation. So options are priced according to intrinsic and extrinsic value, and you add them together. The intrinsic value of the option is the current price minus the strike. So if you have let's just say AMC's trading at 45, you have a $40 strike. The intrinsic value of that option is going to be $5 a contract. Because if you exercise that contract, you'll make $500. Because you'd be buying 100 shares at 40, the price is now at 45, and you make that spread. But the extrinsic value is built out of time premium, implied volatility, and a couple of other different metrics as well. So when you exercise, you're just getting the intrinsic value of the option. You'll make more money in terms of a dollar amount if you just sell the contract most of the time, like almost guaranteed all of the time. Like there could be some random situation where you won't, but like if the price just moves really quickly. But you also put more pressure on option sellers, so market makers or institutions, if you exercise, because it forces them to buy the 100 shares at 45 and sell them to you at 40. So they bought, let's just say whatever the market price is. So in that example, it would be 45. Amy getting a little bit of a bounce into the market open. Let's see what happens. We got less than a minute left. Let's do it. Vix, do you have mods for the shills? I do. They're in here somewhere. Let's see. I don't see anybody yet. All right. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Yeah, ATER was moving. I'd like to see a stock buyback to put pressure on the shorts. Yeah, they can't do that with the debt because think about what they've just issued stock and then they're just going to buy it back at a higher price. That would not make a lot of sense right now. Perfect. So you're basically wanting to sell contracts over exercising? No, it just depends on what you want to do and what you have money for and what your goal is for the contract. If you want more shares, then exercising is a good option. But if you're just using the option to make more money to buy shares that you wouldn't have been able to buy anyway or otherwise, then you sell the contract. It's whatever you want to do. AMC getting some selling volume into the market open. Let's see what happens here. We got our first minute candle touched 42.0. So we're getting a little bit of red here. You can short it all you want. Apes aren't leaving. Let's see. Let's see if the buyers start to come back in. Ooh, they are. Let's see. All right. AMC 42.20. It's really flickering right now. We're seeing a little volatility into the market open. Stock split would also do the job. Maybe. All righty. Let's see. All right. You guys want to take a quick look at the implied volatility crush? If it's loaded yet, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, no percent change is updated yet. All right. Little bit of selling volume. Nothing to be worried about. They don't get it. We ain't leaving. No, we are not. You should get a sick intro from TMI's guy. I do have one. I just am technologically inept. So I'd have to figure out how to do that. And the fact that I can, like, that I'm streaming right now is a miracle. It's not that hard. I just need to figure out how to do it. We're going to make this stream a lot more high quality as well, though. I'm going to get some cameras. I'm going to try to do like a nice background. We'll see what we can do because this is my college apartment, but we'll see. All right. AMC down about 7.5% right now. Let's see. Also, if you guys don't mind, just dropping some likes on the stream. It just helps get some more people in here. So thank you to you guys who have already done that. It just helps out with the algorithm. This is funny. They're making it so I can invest more and eventually make more. Dan, that's a great way to look at it. All right. Little bit of a green candle here. Coming back up above 42. Let's see if the option chain is updated yet. No, it's being stupid. It's being a weenie. All right. Buyers are stepping back in. Here we go. I knew they would short around earnings and after to, if anything, try to mess with our site. Yeah, Frederick, 100%. That's mainly their goal right now. The thing is we expect this. Like, have we not seen moves like this before? We see moves like this all the time. Let's see. Payday's tomorrow. Hey. You're going to be all right. It's fine. Payday's tomorrow. Relax. Don't freak out. You don't have the money to invest right now, then you don't have it. It's fine. Just wait. 42.05. We're doing all right. Hanging right around the VWAP. AMC volume today so far, 3.3 million. This is so obvious. BBIG is in the same boat. Mark my words, this will be green. Could be. We've seen bigger sell-offs than this in the past, and we've rallied like big green during the day. So anything is possible. Why do they dump after earnings? To mess with everybody's head. Like, think about it. We got great earnings numbers. We have positive guidance. We have Adam Aaron taking the business in a new direction. We have all sorts of great things coming down the pipeline, and they're just like this is like people like to say that people aren't selling. Like, I mean, they're probably shorting right now, most likely. There could be some weak institutions that are getting out of a position, but it's like the core group of people that have done the research and believe in this are not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. Eventually, they're just going to buy more. SV, do you think history will repeat itself 5 to 6 days after earnings? We step up the next level. I expect around the $145 mark. Simon, I don't think that aggressive right away. But I do think that we could easily see some bullish momentum over the next 2 weeks after the market digests earnings and the continuation move. So this is what we're seeing right now. We're seeing the earnings continuation. We're seeing repositioning after the announcement and money flowing in and out. This was as expected. Cool, calm, collected. Yes, sir. They bought up all the available shares from IEX midday yesterday, and then we saw that sell pressure during earnings call, not transparent at all. Yeah. I mean, let's check Ortex today. What's going on here? Oh, only 705,000 borrowed shares. That sounds right. And remember, when we see here the percentage of the free float on loan is 20.1%, but the estimated short interest is 16.55%. So what that tells us is that there's about 4%, a little bit of like a 4% spread of shares that have been loaned out but have not been shorted yet. Let's see. How's everybody feeling? You guys doing all right? This is just normal earnings moves. Earnings are volatile. Down 10%. Cool. SSR already hit. Did we? 40.55. Yeah, we did hit SSR. Interesting. All right. This is pretty horrific to watch. Why? I mean, I get it, but it doesn't change anything. Like these price movements don't change anything. Like where were we at? Look at this. 5 days. 38. 5 days ago, we were at 38.88. Now we're at 40.96. That is a green move over the last 5 weeks. I mean, 5 days, sorry. This is the big one, though. The year-to-date chart. 191, 41, basically 41 flat right now. We are seeing some buyers step back in as well. Let's see what happens today. SSR got triggered and we were about to bounce anyway. Eric, yep. Yeah, so it's showing 40.50 as the low of the day. What are we seeing here? Yeah, 40.50. SSR triggered at 40.55. SSR is now on. So what that means is that they cannot, they are, unless you're short exempt, so a market maker, you cannot short on down ticks. So when the stock is going down, you cannot short it. You can only short the stock when it is making a move back up. In my opinion, SSR doesn't really do a whole lot for us because think about it. It's decreasing the time window where the shorts can come in. So if there are like a couple of different institutions that want to short on a given day, then they all have to wait for when the stock is going up. So then they're just going to wait until we start to get momentum and then knock it right back down. So I haven't really seen SSR do a whole lot for us. But it isn't, it's like it's very neutral in my mind what SSR really does for us. Every 2 accounts though, yeah. Just another day in the life. Yes, sir. Let's see. 41.10. Yeah. Hey, getting a little bit of a bounce here. We're just kind of so the first 15 minutes to 30 minutes of market open today is gonna like whip back and forth. It's just gonna go like we're gonna see big red candles, then we're gonna see us bounce back up, then we're gonna see some red. Like it's just gonna be repositioning after the earnings call. So let's see what happens. By noon, we should have picked a direction, and we'll figure out which way we're really gonna end up for the day. But again, if we closed around these numbers today, okay, cool. We're gonna see buyers come back in eventually. That's kind of how I think about it. 6-month daily chart, we're still above the pennant. We actually just bounced on the top of it. Ooh, that's pretty bullish. Pushin says newbies should learn to watch the stock less. Often they go down and back up where it was. Just take a walk and you win. Exactly. That's one of the things that I have completely screwed up over the last couple of weeks when I really started trading again. I've been putting more money into trades because I'm like, I don't want to deal with like I'm looking for I'm looking to really get going. So when I put more money into these trades and I see the gain, I want to take it right away. I just want to take the gain. I'm not trading AMC. This is other stuff like EVgo yesterday. I, in my mind, still crushed it. But if we look at what EVgo is doing today, like my contracts would be up a crazy amount. So it's really just refining your strategy and thinking, okay, how much do I care about this money that I'm putting in right now? I have a gain. You can take some money off the table, blah, 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 blah. Dude, like there's a lot of different things that you can do. But also thank you to all of you guys who are coming in for this live stream. This is fun. Let's do it. A little bit of a red day today, but perfectly fine. I'm not worried at all. I don't think a lot of you guys are either. Doesn't SSR mean they can create shorts out of thin air? No, SSR is short sale restricted, which is just it regulates the time in the places that you can short. So if we were to see these red candles right here, you couldn't short on this red candle. You could short on any of these green candles though. What's up, Gary? The shills are scared. Yeah, I bet they are. Toxic Pizza, 400 shares here. I hope I can make at least 5 million when it squeezes, but I'm holding for more as long as it keeps going up. Toxic Pizza, there you go, man. Yeah, everybody's gonna have their like exit amount. If anybody is like saying like, oh, like if you're gonna sell off here, you're not an ape. It's like that's just not true. Everybody has their role. If you think that your price to get out at is 100, then that's your price. Like that, like if you have a boatload of money in this trade and it's like 100, 200, 5, whatever it is, it all comes down to what you personally want to do. There's going to be other people that want to hold for longer. And could the price go much higher? Yeah, 100%. But you have to make your own decision on what you want to do. AMC getting a little bit of a bounce here. Let's see if we can make that move back up above 42. That would be a strong move. SV, when do you see AMC pumping to all-time highs again? Not worried, just wondering your thoughts. Not selling. I mean, nobody knows, but January has a big potential for it. We're gonna really get into that in today's video. That in the EU payment for order flow ban. After hearing Adam speak, I might hold some even after MOAS. Oh, I will always own some AMC shares. And in my mind, if there's this really big supply and demand dilemma that we have going on, here's kind of how I think about it. If they have to buy our shares and we end up owning multiple times over how many shares actually are supposed to exist, well, I'm probably going to set aside a portion of my position and just be like, you can have some of my shares, but you can't have all of them. Sorry, these are mine. You can't have them. You can try to bid them up, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. In my mind, they're priceless. I'm not giving them up for anything. That's how I think about it. Like I'll always own AMC shares. I actually have another account that's kind of just for that. I have AMC shares in 1, 2, 3 accounts. I'm keeping at least 100 shares after the squeeze. Yeah. Because the thing is we like this company. That's what it comes down to. It's like we support Adam Aaron and this business going forward. We think the movie theater industry is going to continue to be strong. Now, a lot of people are in it just to make the money and get out and be done. Fine, perfect. It's your money. Do whatever you want to do. But for me, it's like we've been in this for a while. I think there's a lot that AMC could do in the future, and I want to be a part of it. Why is AMC down? So we had the earnings announcement yesterday. Very good call. But we also know what happens on earnings, especially with AMC. And here's the other thing. This is what I was trying to get across to everybody in yesterday's stream. It has to do a little bit with market expectations. We had IMAX and Cinemark both coming out beating earnings and saying the movie theater industry was going to continue to be strong. Okay, so then the market priced that in to AMC's report. Now, how did the market price it in? Well, we went from, I think it was even a little bit longer than this. It's right around here. We went from the mid to low 30s to a high of we ripped into the mid 40s. So that was the market pricing in AMC beating earnings. Now, we needed to see some extra stuff on AMC's earnings that the market wasn't expecting in order for us to have that giant green move after. Did we see that? In my mind, we really did see a lot of that extra stuff, but is the market going to react to that right away? They are not right now. But at the same time, it's going to take some time to digest what has been said in the earnings call and what could be going forward. It's also possible that Adam Aaron is going to come on and do some interviews this week with those media outlets. Very possible. That could also be very bullish. We missed earnings? No, we didn't miss earnings. We beat EPS and revenue. Earnings is a very, very, very weird event. A company can beat earnings, revenue, earnings per share, have great financials, issue good guidance, and then the stock drops. You never know what's going to happen on earnings. Earnings is not really a reflection in the share price reaction off of an earnings announcement in the short term is not a reflection of how the company will perform over a longer time horizon at all. It just isn't. We can see AMC drop to, I don't know, 35 today. Not saying it's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. But hypothetically, if we did, it's like, okay, well, we've been here before. We know that the company is significantly improving. So over time, that is going to boost the value of the company and get us up to those levels where the shorts are going to have issues. Try to land an AA interview as an extra credit assignment. I don't think I could do that. I think Trey's the only one that's got that one. F the hedgies, many still fall repeatedly for their tricks. Yeah, we don't care. You can short it all you want. Let's check Ortex. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, no change right now. All right, let's check the option chain. I know people were asking about IV Crush. It's not refreshing. Let me see if I can pull it up on a different thing. Sometimes my Webull just doesn't refresh. I don't know why it doesn't. It's just glitchy. Oh boy. So these are the calls on AMC right now for their option chain this week. So these are the strikes. This percent right here, it's the percent loss. 50, 50, 60, 60, 60, 70, 30. That's portion of that is due to the stock falling, but another portion of that is due to the market no longer pricing in a larger expected move due to an earnings announcement coming up. Buy the rumor, sell the news. People are selling. I mean, no. What was the rumor? There was no rumor. And if we're thinking about it, the news is actually good. But it comes down to, like, what was the extra stuff that the market wasn't pricing in? Just a guesstimate? Yeah, it could be. Market, is generally having a red day. Yeah, let's pull up SPY. What's going on here? Oh, boy. Oh, these SPY puts would have been dirty. Little bit of a bounce on SPY. Let's see what happens. What are the ooh, QQQ selling. Let's see, what else do we need? What's Prague doing? I know everybody loves Prague. Down a little bit. Prague's one of those that it's gonna bounce around and then it could just rip at like any day. We could just see, 20%, Prague's up. It's like, huh, cool. Tesla dropping. Wonder if Elon is selling. I think people are reacting to the news that Elon could be selling. But what were some of the other EV plays? EVgo selling. Let's see. What else was there? Charge Point. A lot of people were looking at Charge Point. Ooh, I like this. Double bottom. Earnings coming up. Might have to take a look at Charge Point. Nope, they're shorting to make it look like people are selling. Yeah, we also have SSR on too. We're currently trading at right around 41. We're at 40.99, 40.98. Right now, we just cracked 41. It's just flickering around that $41 mark, down 9% on the day. What's Blink doing? I have a little Blink YOLO. Yep. Nope, not good. What are flex options? Those are they're essentially OTC derivatives. That the way that I think about those is I don't have the direct definite like I don't know the direct definition of flex options, but I know they're a form of OTC derivative. An OTC derivative, it's not like a OTC penny stock on that exchange. It's like say me and you, JH, wanted to enter into some sort of agreement, like an options agreement that may not actually exist. So a really good way to think about this is remember in The Big Short when Michael Burry went to Goldman Sachs for the first time, like Christian Bale's character, and he was like, I want to buy these credit default swaps on essentially the United States housing market. And they were like, we don't like that's not a product. Like we don't have that. And he's like, can you make it for me? And they're like, yeah, sure. You're gonna have to pay this premium, blah, 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 blah. But that is an over-the-counter derivative. It's just an agreement over the counter. It's not on an exchange between two parties. Now, with those OTC derivatives in phase 5 UMR, there's a third party that keeps that safe collateral where the third party is also supposed to make sure that there's no funny business going on. We're getting a little bit of a bounce here, 41.18, 41.19. How is AMC dropping aftermarket when retail can't trade? Well, some retail can trade, like on if you use Webull or some of these other platforms, like you have access to after hours trading, but it's not usually retail making those moves in the after hours. But at the same time, remember when BBBY started to rip and AMC ripped in the after hours, probably a lot of institutional buying or a little bit of shorts covering. Whatever happened with dark pools? Is there a final word on what? Like if they're bad? I okay. The whole dark pool situation. Let me think of a good way to explain this. If the orders are going to a market maker, it matters to me more the mechanics of how they're filling the order and what they're doing with it. So it's more like latency arbitrage, that type of situation where the NBBO is different. They're messing with the order. It inhibits competition. That's more of the bigger issue in my mind. Oh, what's up, 007? How you doing? Shorts bought up stock before earnings? No, 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 no. That's not how it works. Shorts don't buy. They take out a loan. Who is calling me right now? Oh my God. Every time. You guys want to hear Hello, this is a recorded message from your Medicare provider. It's like, guys, I'm 22 years old. I'm probably not your target audience. How do you have my phone number? Market makers are the real problem. Yeah, it's more so. Market makers are a problem because they're kind of set free to do whatever they want because there's only two big ones. If there were more of them and there was more competition in the market making industry, then it might be a little bit better. But at the same time, it's like, why can't the orders just go right to the exchange? Why do they have to go through this? Like, they're providing liquidity to the market, but and they the fact that they have the legal ability to naked short and then they have 6 days to close out that position is a problem in my mind. Because then there's there's outstanding shorts and shares that should not be there. Now, are those going to pile up in failure to deliver? We've seen it happen in the past. I mean, dark pools do affect price because they do operate within the NBBO, and you can see the prices that they're getting filled at. You just can't see like the amount or like sitting orders. That's why. So think about this. This is really what dark pools are used for. Let's just say a large pension fund is getting 5% a year on an investment that has a medium amount of risk. So they're getting 5% on a $1 billion investment that comes with a medium level of risk. Well, let's say that the analysts at that fund now find an investment that is going to give them 6% with less risk. Okay, so they're going to want to get out of the 5% with medium risk and get into the 6% with lower risk. Now, $1 billion is a lot. Let's just say it's a Tesla or something, like a company like that, an Apple, something like that. Well, selling $1 billion worth is going to flood the market with supply if you are going to try to get out quickly. Now, what they can do is go to the dark pool and they can basically hide the volume of that order and so people don't see it, because if you just saw on like the level 2 that there was just sell 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 sell, it would trip algos and be like, okay, something is going on behind the scenes. But in reality, it's not that they don't like Apple, it's just they found a better investment. That's kind of what dark pools are really used for. Can you check Lucid? Absolutely. Lucid was pumping. See, here's the oh boy. Okay. Here's the deal with Lucid. One, they have earnings coming up. Be careful. If you're going to be playing Lucid in terms of any options play, be careful. Do whatever you want, but be careful. Second, there was one statement made by Peter Rawlinson, I believe is his name, the CEO of Lucid, that makes me not like Lucid for a like it's just I just think they're lying. And what happened was that this was right around the time that Tesla announced their year-end sales, and I think it was close to 500,000. And then a month or two later, Lucid comes out and is like, "Yeah, we're gonna produce and sell 450,000 vehicles a year." And I was like, "No, you're not. There's no way you can come into the market right away and get that type of market share when your vehicle is priced like a Mercedes." That's what they compare it to. I was like, "There's just no way. I think you're lying." So that is like the one statement that's been made by Lucid that I just personally I don't like. I just something I'd have to do more research into it, which I can do, but that's that one statement in the back of my mind that it's like I just don't like that. Because how are they going to do that? They have that giant factory, I believe in Arizona, that's going to be finished in I think 2022. But just because they have the ability to produce that amount of vehicles doesn't mean they can sell them. Rivian will have an IPO today, EV maker out of San Jose, California. Um, Careful with IPOs. If you look at the trend with IPOs over the last year, um, they will open well above the indicated price, and you might be able to flip the IPO and make a little bit of money. But typically, they see a significant sell-off in the days following. So just be careful with IPOs. For me personally, I'm always going to wait on IPOs if I want the company. Is that how they're shorting? Can they ladder attack? And I don't think they're ladder attacking, especially with SSR on right now. What a earnings call. AMC is dead. Oh my God. You get one earnings call that's really good, and then you get a 9% fake, not fake, but like silly sell off the next day. And all of a sudden, the short squeeze thesis is dead. That's not how this works. Could be why Lucid is going down also. Maybe, but I mean, I don't know. I might. I might do something with Lucid because Lucid's been cranking. Also, I wanted a Nvidia play. It's just really expensive. What's the market doing right now? Let's check. Yeah, a little bit of a bounce. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Also, you guys are going wild with the likes today. Thank you guys so much. We got 311 people watching and 221 likes. Thank you guys. Let's see. Yeah, AMC 4103 right now. We're just kind of hanging around that 41 level. I'd say in the next hour, we're gonna really pick a direction. We're kind of slowly making our way down. Let's see if we can break above the VWAP and then pick a direction, because that could be, if we can break above the VWAP and then use that as support throughout the rest of the day, that could be a very good sign. But if not, we'll probably just be hanging around here. Yeah, I've only seen a picture of a truck, never seen one on the road. Yeah, I just like, there's just something about them, and especially the fact that we saw what happened with Nikola. It's like, I don't think they're Nikola. I don't think so at all. I think Lucid could be a very successful company. I just don't like the lofty projections that they put out at one time that I heard, and I was like, I don't like it. It just made me. It was just a weird, like, interesting. Their CEO is cool though. Their CEO can't keep his mouth shut ever, which is funny. He just always like randomly leaks stuff. He's like the Spider-Man kid. What's his name? Who just like accidentally spoils the movie. Tom something, I think his name is. All right. AMC falling a little bit below 41 right now. Let's see. Any other stocks you guys want to take a look at? Not Lucid STV. I hit your like 4 times. Thank you. Hold my beer. SCB, when do you see the market crash, collateral crisis, deleveraging, spinning out of control? Okay, we can go into this right now with the way the market's set up. Is think about this: bond yields, treasury yields that are like the closest thing that you can get to a risk-free asset. The yield on those is very, very low, but inflation is relatively high, and it could run higher in the future. So there are ways to protect against that with treasuries. You can get treasury inflation protected securities. You're going to pay a little bit more for them, but you're basically going to be going with inflation, which I think a lot of people would start to go into. But you're getting a negative real yield. So people don't want to go into those types of investments because they're getting a real negative yield. So what do? The investors now become yield hungry. Where do they go for that? They go towards riskier investments. Now, what is that? Stock market. So a lot of money has been getting pumped into the stock market over the last basically 2 years. So until we see rates rise and until we see inflation start to cool down, I think we could see more upward momentum in the overall stock market. Now, here's the thing. There could always be some random catalyst that comes along that nobody expected, like a black swan, that tanks everything. One of those could be Jerome Powell not getting nominated again as the Fed chair, because we're used to him. We're used to Powell like talking about inflation and all of his policy and what he sees with the markets going forward. We're used to that. Now we'd have to get used to somebody else, which the market may not like. I'm thinking about putting my MOAS earnings in VOO. That's not a bad idea. Tracks the overall market. I believe it does pay a dividend as well. Let's see. AMC getting a little bit of selling pressure right now at 40.65. So when they say rates, they're talking about bond yields. No. They're talking about the Fed funds rate. So it's the rate that banks borrow from each other at, which is very. See, I always thought this was silly in economics. There's the Fed funds rate, and then there's the other one. There's the Fed funds rate. So there's like the rate that banks borrow from like each other at, like lend to each other, and then there's the rate that the Fed loans to banks. But it's like backwards. Like the Fed funds rate is the one with banks. It's very weird. When the shorts start to cover, what covers first, the reported shorts or the naked shorts? Is there a way to tell? It doesn't necessarily matter. And here's the other thing. This goes back to the example about the kid with the candy. The hedge funds, if there are naked shorts out there, which is entirely possible, I was saying this for like a while, and they may not even know that they have that they've sold shares that do not exist. But what they do know is that they have a short position. So if they need to close that position, they're going to have a net short position on their balance sheet, and they're going to need to satisfy that obligation to close that short. So it doesn't necessarily matter. It's just like, it's like where it comes from, like that all shorts must cover statement that a lot of people make, that they're going to have to cover what's out there. AMC getting a lot of selling pressure right now at 40.30. Let's see if we can hold above 40. Prepared for volatility, buying opportunity. There you go, SD. Oh, S&P got a little bit of a pop there. I don't know. I think I might take a SPY trade today. I was YOLOing around on Friday last week. Let's see. What would I take? I'd probably go. All right, we'll see. We'll see. Swing traders and shorts. Yeah. VU is averaging 15% annual returns. Your money should be about doubled in every 5 years. Yeah. That's the thing. Once the squeeze kicks off, I want everybody to think that I want the mindset to be that this is the start. It's not the end of investing in because you're going to want to, in my mind, I'm going to, like, for me, I'm using whatever money that I get out of the AMC next, like, big price run ups, whatever, like however high we get, to set myself up for even larger gains in the future. Now, is that going to be real estate? Is that going to be trading? It's probably going to be a little bit of both, because the real estate market right now is probably going to come down, especially when rates rise. So here's the other thing. When interest rates start to rise, home prices will fall, because the interest rate that the banks are going to be offering is going to increase. So when you think about it's like a discounted it's like trying to think about, as interest rates go up, typically as a yield goes up, the price of something will go down, because it's like technically a riskier investment, but it's not really. It's just real estate prices will have to come down eventually. Is there a Fed talk or something today? I don't think so. Did anybody see the Ryan Cohen tweet from last night? Yeah, that was good. He was like, I'm deciding between two options with my GME position: hold or hodl. Prague? Yeah, I can pull up Prague real quick. Cogenity. Yeah, making a little bit of a move back up, still down 3.95%. AMC getting a little bounce here, 40.80. Let's see, little bit of ways to go to get to the VWAP. 40 was about at, what is it, 41.26 right now. We're gonna see a lot of volatility today, guys. That's just where we're at right now. Nothing has changed. Buy and hold. 100% cynical. 100%. Let's check Ortex real quick. That is oh my God. Oh God. Are you guys seeing this? Estimated short interest from Ortex, -1%. What do you guys think about this? What do you guys think about that right now? Return shares 1.73 million, borrowed shares 705,000, borrowed change 1 million negative. The shorts are hurting more than the apes if this drags out longer. 100%. Like this, like we gave back some gains today. Like 100%, we gave back some gains. We're now a little bit red on the week, but has the thesis changed? No. Have the fundamentals of the company gotten stronger? Absolutely. I think we're in a great spot right now. Even with this red, it's just it's like if you guys couldn't tell, I'm very relaxed by the price action. It's like, okay, do what you want to do. It's like you want to short it, go for it. We've seen what can happen with this, and we've got that. I do have that video coming out tonight. That's gonna be or a little bit after hours. Somebody said take a look at Ride. Lordstown, I believe, has earnings coming up. A lot of selling in the EVs today. Let's see. Blink. What's Tesla doing? Ooh. Ooh. Tesla taking a beating, down 5.8% today. Still above 1,000 though. Yeah, overall market is having a little bit of a tantrum today. Where's the SPY going? SPY basing a little bit, but it's not enough for it to look like there's going to be a move up yet. What about chip makers? Let's see. AMD. I love AMD. Oh, cool. AMD is down $4 today. Oh man. It's a good thing I have that one at like $12. AMD, if you guys don't know, is the first stock I ever bought. I'm a real big fan of companies with tickers that start with AM. AMC and AMD. Market is heavily red, but I see a bunch of stocks turning red, but that one went away. Are shorts shorting the SPY? Yeah. I mean, there's always going to be shorts on the SPY. Let's see. AMC 4063, just kind of hanging out right here, but it is they're stepping down right now. Let's see. If you don't buy the dip, don't chase the rip. I mean, you can do whatever you want. I mean, the thing is that like buying on dips is a good thing to do, but buying on rips really gets the momentum going. That's the thing. Like that new FOMO money that comes in, that's dangerous. AMC, a little bit of a bounce here. It's just kind of flickering around. AMD making a little bit of a move. Oh, I kind of like that. I see a bunch of red now, but I think green by midday. Yeah, easily could. We've seen a lot of days where we've been very red, and then the buyers just come back in and push it green. So anything is possible, guys. Don't get discouraged. There's nothing to be discouraged about. We're in a good spot. Talking about chip makers, I work in the semiconductor industry and is expected to produce 3 times as much next year. Some semiconductor companies aim at. Interesting. I mean, I'm not getting rid of my AMD shares anytime soon. Those are going to stick with me forever. I'm hoping for a split. If AMD ever announces a split, all right, AMC making a little bit of a move. Little bit of a move. Let's see. Let's bring this out a little bit further. So the 50 and the 100 are converging. All right. Take a look back at this earnings. Big gap up, sold off, red the next day, and then what happened? Went from low 30s, 44. Yeah, AMC. Yeah, I believe it is. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Buyers are stepping back in, everybody. Come on. Let's do it. Buy the dip similar to last earnings. We had good earnings, but price dropped. History repeat itself, then run again. I definitely think that's a possibility. 100%. $41.02. Let's do this thing. All right. Let's pull the SPY back up. Yeah, SPY got a little bit of a bump there too. If we see the market recover today and the S&P goes green, we could see some boom boom candles coming towards the end of the day. Do I prefer coffee or tea? I like coffee, but I've been big energy drink recently. What's the latest Ortex figures? Amir, here we go. We have utilization 85.77, estimated short interest 16.39. Over the next week, we should be getting the new exchange reported short interest numbers as well. TMI's box. Amy knows I'm getting in the shower every time she rockets. Thoughts on an entry level for SoFi? I mean, there's a lot of risk here. Like the upside potential could be up to 24.97, but it could easily come back. I mean, that's a big drop, but maybe right here, 19. We're at base last time. I mean, just looking at the chart, I probably wouldn't mess around with this. I mean, that's a giant W. But I don't know very much about the company either, so Tesla back over 1100. Oh boy. Hold on. Are we going to make a Tesla trade today? Uh-oh. Oh wait, that's not what we want. Oh geez. I don't know. I've never traded Tesla when it was around these levels. I don't know. 40 AMC 41. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry about all caps. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, that's a giant W. Caffeine will stunt your growth. I'm 22 years old, probably done growing now. And I'm like 6'2", so I mean that's fine. I'm good. I'm good with it. It's good. I don't need to be any taller. Hope this 2 to 4 hour chart. What should Ryan Cohen do? He should do both. That's what I think he should do. I think he should do both of those things. Let's see. 4090. All right, people. Keep audio updates, please. I will. TMI's box. Yeah, hopefully you guys like these streams. I'm gonna be doing these every morning now. So if you guys don't have a spot to go or you want to just come in and say hi, I will be here. So thanks to all of you guys who have come in so far. I really appreciate all of you guys. Yeah, I stopped at 21. I did start growing really late though. I was a miniature human until I was like 16. Just to be safe, I have an order in at 35. Korean Yun. There you go. I don't foresee it going that low today, but anything is possible. We could drop down significantly, and we could also rip. Sweet, no more school in the morning. Oh, I never had school in the morning. Is this the market crash? No, we're fine. Look at the SPY chart over the last 5 days. Gap up, green, 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 red. 1 day of red. It's fine. And it's down 0.43%. Not really a big move on the SPY. Anything above 1% on the SPY is getting there, but 0.43%, almost an hour into the market open, is not that big. Find some good background music and the stream will be perfect. Hold on. I actually might be able to do that right now. Video codes, background, overlay. What's that? Oh. Default graphics. Okay, graphic. I don't know. I'll have to ask TMI because we use the same streaming software. So yeah, SSR did get triggered. I believe it's at 4055. Um, so they can't short on downticks. They can only short when the stock is heading to the upside. Smash the like for STV. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, you guys are crushing it already. So thank you. Figured I'd come to the source of info. You rock, sir. Thank you. Gorillionaires. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, AMC a little pop. Let's see if we can make it above the VWAP and then use that as support and then get on an uptrend going through the rest of the day. That's what I'm looking to see. I'm looking for a break above the VWAP. We've tested it once, twice. I mean, this was just I don't really count this one. This was a couple minutes into the market open. So we tested it once. We're getting up there twice. This is a little bit of a third test right now. Let's see if we can get above the VWAP and then use it as support and then slowly get it going to the uptrend throughout the rest of the day. And I think that could be very bullish. Use that Shiba Inu stream thing that burns Shiba while you listen. Oh, I could do that. Not phased anymore. This is nothing new, says Turtle. 100%, man. This is a earnings move. Now, if this was a different company, oh man, I need to turn off my Twitter notifications. I just get 8 billion notifications all the time. Oh, hold on. We might have something here. Hold up. Just kidding. I had a dream AMC was at 300. There you go. What's going on, guys? Just bought 100 more AMC, says Gary. Thanks, 41. There you go, Gary. All right, we're making our move back up a little closer to the VWAP now. Here we go. We just broke above it. Let's see what happens. All right, we need that next candle. Yep, here we go. All right, we need to stay above this now, get the VWAP trending in the upward direction, the volume weighted average price, and then we could see a little bit of upward momentum throughout the rest of the day. Let's pull up the SPY. Is the SPY making a move right now? SPY not really doing a whole lot right now. What about IWM? IWM getting a little bit of buying momentum, a little bit of buying volume. AMC trading right around the VWAP right now. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Come on now. Shout out the mods. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all that you guys do. You guys are the best. We will be at 45 soon. Hey, I wouldn't be mad. I would not be mad at all. I'm also not mad that we're at 41. Like 2 weeks ago, we were in the low 30s. If AMC breaks 40 up by another 100. Oh, Gary, you're going to buy more if it falls below 30. There you go. All right, little bit of selling volume here. Let's see what happens. Volume on AMC so far, 13.08 million. Let's see. How are the EVs doing? Are the EVs making a little bit of a comeback? Let's see what happens. EV Go chilling out. What's Blink doing? Blink getting hammered today. What about Neo? I haven't looked at Neo in forever. Nothing much. STV, I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this broadcast. You're such a natural. It's like you were born to do this. If you can keep it up, you'll have a huge following. Margot, thank you so much. All right, let's see. Inflow, outflow, inflow winning. I've seen this before. Rips before. Yeah. Yeah, pretty even right now. Let's see. Let's pull up IWM. Little bit of green. Yeah, so something to watch for the rest of the day once I head out is going to be this break above the VWAP. If we can stay above it and use it as support and then get it going in the upward direction, that could generate some bullish momentum going into the end of the day. But right now, we're just currently chilling out around this $41 level, down about 8.8%, just hanging out. Charles Payne today, everyone. If you can watch it, please do. Is that going to be with Trey and Matt? I think that's with Trey and Matt, isn't it? Who's buying Rivian tomorrow? I'm not going anywhere near IPOs. Everybody relax. Hold on. What was the most recent IPO? Robinhood. Rips. And this was kind of different. This was some BS move, but then it tanks. So be careful, everybody. What was another recent IPO that did this? They all do. Like I've seen every single time an IPO comes out, it'll open well above the indicated price. It'll start to run up, and then the next couple of days, it'll just tank. Next Door was the most recent IPO. MYNZ, most recent IPO. Perfect example right here. Perfect example. Look at this. Reaches a high of 18. It's trading at 967. Careful, everybody. You can do whatever you want with your money. There's just a trend with IPOs where it does not go so well unless you're trading them. But if you like the company over the long term, it doesn't really matter if you're going to keep buying it. AMC, again, chilling right around the VWAP. What's the time slot for his show? Charles Payne show? I'm not sure. Alrighty. Oh, we're getting a little move. Yeah, it's not. We're not seeing the excited buying volume come in right now to push us over these levels. Will it happen today? Maybe not. Maybe it will. Will it happen over the next couple of weeks? I think it will. I think it definitely will. Also, you guys are going so nuts on the likes today. Thank you so much. We have more likes than people viewing. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. I remember when Facebook IPO'd at 25, then fell down to around 15. Of course, recovered and took off. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like in the short term, IPOs could really like hurt your P&L, but over the long term, if it's a solid company, you're gonna be all right. All right, what's AMD doing? No, it didn't. No. Oh, okay. I thought it just went ballistic. I was going to be like, you guys distracted me. Bouncing off the VWAP over and over again. Yeah. Yeah. It's literally flat right now. Wouldn't it be best for AMC to consolidate around 40 and 45 for the next 2 weeks? I mean, if we see a lot of support around these levels and the price gets very comfortable in these ranges, that would be awesome. But make sure you guys are going to look out for this video later tonight. I got some good stuff for you. You bought 100 shares at 42 yesterday. It's fine. If you see it going higher than 42 in the future, then you win. That's how you have to think about when you're putting money into something. It's like, okay, I'm buying it at this price. Do I see it going to a higher price in the future? If the answer is yes, and it decreases the next day, it's like, okay, I wasn't going to trade it anyway. So it's just, it doesn't look, it's a psychological dilemma you have to deal with. It's like, okay, if you bought at this price, it goes down 10% the next day or 5% the next day. It's like, that doesn't really feel good. But if your research says that it should go higher in the future over your investment horizon, then that short-term price fluctuation really doesn't matter. Like, this is a perfect example. AMD, 5 years. When did I buy this? Right around here. 2018. Actually, it might have been around. Yeah, it was right around here. I bought AMD for the first time. Now, what happened? Went from 13 down to 11, up to 14, down to 10, up to 13, down to 9. What's it trading at today? $147 a share. I saw potential in AMD. I liked it. It didn't really matter to me what the short-term price fluctuations are, because even at the same time that I'm looking at it right now, I don't want to sell it. I think it could go much higher. Also, guys, it is 10:30, so I am gonna head out. Thank you guys so much for coming into the stream this morning. Very, very fun. Again, some things to look out for going into the rest of the day is a break above the VWAP, using it as support, and the VWAP kind of bending around to the upside, and then we could see some more bullish momentum. Other than that, nothing really to worry about. This is just an earnings reaction move. We've seen this many times before with AMC. So nothing has changed, really. The apes are not leaving. So if you guys don't mind just leaving a like on the way out, it just helps get this recommended to more people when we stream tomorrow, so we can get some more people on the stream. But thank you guys so much. I will see you guys in the videos later.